This video is going to show the creation of the piston pin. This pin connects the lower portion of the connecting rod to the piston, and as the crankshaft turns, the connecting rod will go up and down. The lower portion of the connecting rod is connected to this pin, which also connects to the piston. Let's flip. This is going to be one of our easiest designs. The end cap pin will be the easiest, but this will be the second easiest in this project. But there's a couple little quirks to it that we're going to have to take care of. And where's my mouse? There we go. I'm going to bring up the drawing. So we see from center point to center point, the height of our pin is 3 inches. That's matching the diameter of the piston itself. The edges, though, are only 2.96 inches. So it's got a little curve there on the ends. They're not straight. Let's think about that. It's fitting into a piston. If it was a straight edge, how are we going to line it up to a circular design in the piston? So that edge needs to be at the same shape that the outer portion of the piston is. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. The students are coming down and into the computer lab and trying to get my attention while I'm doing the recording. So I've shut my door now, and we'll eliminate that problem. Okay, so if we're looking at the diagram in front of us, this circle, let's zoom in on this sketch. Move it up. There we go. So this circle would represent, in this sketch, the piston, the outer diameter of the piston. And if we lined up the 3 inches right there going across, that's vertically, notice how the edge of the pin then would exceed the edges of the circle of the piston. That's going to create a lot of wear, or it's not going to fit in there because as it blocks up on or matches up to the engine block. So we're using this particular sketch, the circle, and we're going to extrude that circle and use an intersect function, okay, where it trims off the tops and bottoms of the pin and creates a rounded shape that matches that of the piston. And it'll fit flush, and there's no added wear or friction contact with the block. I think that should make sense. All right, so we've got our basic diameters or measurements here. It's early. I'm struggling. I haven't had enough coffee yet. I've put a center mark in there. There's really no structural advantage to this other than it identified the center of the pin for me. So when I was lining up, it gave me a visual verification that it was centered in my design. It just made the assembly easier for me, so I added it. It's not a requirement if you can get it assembled correctly without it. And it shows that we have a radius on the bottom sketch here of a quarter inch. So that means our diameter is a half inch, matching that of the holes in the piston. All right, let's walk through real quick the design, and this video will end. Created a component right off the bat. The first sketch, I create the circle on the top bottom plane. I extruded that. Okay. Now, this sketch creates on the front back plane, or you could do it on the left, right, either one. Okay, so that creates the circle there that represents the diameter of the piston. The next step is my extrude with an intersect. Not sure why. Then I created a construction plane, created a circle with just the small cutout here and the extrude, so that I had the center of my design marked. Okay. You have to do the math if you choose to do that on where that construction plane should be. Account for the width of your extrusion. Okay. All right. And that is the piston pin. Once again, I'm going to show you. This is how it assembles. It's exploded right now, so the center mark would be in the center when it's completed, would be in the center of the connecting rod here. This end would be flush with this end of in this hole, the outer edge of the piston, so that would match to this, as well as this end of the piston would match to the outer hole on the other side. Well, I am struggling this morning to speak. That would be our assembly. And that's about all I've got for this video. So once again, one of the easier projects that we've got, and best of luck.